For this painting, you will need watercolor paint, a paintbrush, and a few light-colored crayons. I used a light orange, yellow, green, and dark orange crayon. You will also need a piece of paper towel and a cup of water. I start by drawing a large circle with my light orange crayon. In the center of the circle, I draw a small squiggly circle. I outline the inside of the large circle with a squiggly line as well. Next, I section the circle off in pie shapes, making sure the corners are rounded and the lines are not too straight. I then do this a few more times, alternating between my light orange and yellow crayons. I do this until I am happy with how full the page is. I vary the sizes of circles to get a variety of citrus slices, and create interest by drawing some of the slices behind others. Next, I dip my paintbrush in my clean cup of water and brush a thin layer of water all over my first slice. I put some yellow paint on my brush and dab it along the outer edge of the citrus slice, as well as a small inner circle. Next, I take my vermilion paint and dab it around the center of the slice, following the lined sections about halfway up. I outline the outer edge with vermilion paint as well. You will see that the paint moves away from where you drew with the crayon. I follow the same steps for a few of the other slices using the sap green paint. I mixed a lighter shade of green first by adding more water to it. To get a darker shade of green, you just add less water. Make sure you wet each slice with clean water before adding your paint. For the last slices, I added more water to the vermilion paint and covered the slice with a thin layer of it. Then I dropped yellow paint into it while it was still wet. To make the background more interesting, I wet it with a thin layer of water once all the citrus slices were dry, and I added a bit of blue and vermilion paint to it. Then I lightly dabbed it away with my paper towel to remove most of the paint. I then put a lot of blue paint on my brush, held it over the paper, and tapped it to make the paint splatters. I also did this with the vermilion paint. I used my paper towel to lightly pick up any extra paint splatters that I didn't like. Once the painting was all dry, I took my dark orange and green crayon to darken some of the lines.